Hey guys, and welcome back to Pure Heart. Chris here, as usual, back again with another album review. And guys, as always, before we get started, make sure you guys hit that like button onto this video, and also comment down below what you guys thought about this album. And also, if you're new here or a returning visitor and you haven't yet subscribed, then maybe hit that subscribe button. It really helps out this channel. But let's get into it. Holy Water is the latest album from the multi-generational family, otherwise known as We the Kingdom, and this is their first ever album after releasing their widely successful EP, Live at the Wheelhouse, and a few songs that was onto that EP made it onto here, and this is more of a studio album. My thoughts on the actual EP was, a little bit excitingness. There's a really lot of good stuff on there. I'm actually very glad that some of the good songs that was actually on there made it onto this album, but there was also a little bit hesitant of going into a We the Kingdom album, just because there were some songs that did make it on this album that I was like, okay, what exactly are you talking about? And I will get into the specifics of that song within this album review. Honestly, just trying to get my thoughts for this album is kind of difficult, just because it's a good album, but it has quite a few issues with some of these songs. For example, their hit song, Holy Water. And I think you guys probably know why I'm talking about this song right here, especially if you listen to it. What is the meaning behind Holy Water? Okay, what are they talking about with that song title, and what is like holy water within that lyric? It doesn't provide any information other than, what the song's basically about, which is forgiveness. They even talked about into an interview about God's forgiveness. Okay, that's accurate. Okay, that's very true. That's very biblical. Are they trying to provide a reference to the Catholic tradition for holy water? Or are they trying to say about the prosperity gospel? Holy water? What are they trying to get at with that? So that's one of those things where it's just like, okay, that's a line that's a little bit confusing. And then there's songs on here that basically speaks to as if Jesus was their boyfriend, and that is evident in the song You Are Heaven, which could basically be talking about the singer's significant other, Jesus, or another relationship that a writer has. I can see where that person is going for, hey, I love you, Jesus, okay? Every time, I keep on falling in love with you every single time. There's a part where that's good, but there needs to be a line drawn for worship music. Well, on the positive note, the music quality of this album is very, very nice. Not a lot of songs actually sound the same, and even if they do, it's just by a little bit and not much. For example, the first song, which is called Cages, and the ninth song, which is called Don't Tread on Me. They have a similar taste of sound, and I like to call that sound country metal. The reason why I like to call it country metal is basically it has like this kick in your face type of thing as metal does, but it also has like this kind of country-ish vibes to it. And so if you guys like this country metal, then definitely listen to Cages and Don't Tread on Me. Not terrible songs, definitely not worship songs, definitely like more of boom in your face type of songs, so it's kind of weird. And then you also have your 80s gospel type of songs that should have been out in the 80s, but it was out in 2020. That is with songs Waking Up and the very kind of gospel-ish song Child of Love. You can definitely see that they have their Bethel influences, especially with songs like Dancing on the Waves, which sounds like it should have been off of Bethel's You Make Me Brave album. And then, speaking of Bethel, they have a actually very well written song, very, very poetic song in the song of Peace, which was off Bethel's Peace little project that they had before their actual album release. But honestly their best type of song they really should do more of, just because of how biblically sounding that they are, and that is songs God So Loved and If All I Had Was Christ. So overall, I'm gonna have to give this album a 3.75 out of 5 praise hands. I was really debating to give this a 3.5 or a 4, just because it's not as harsh for this album, because there are some really good songs. The music quality of this album is actually very, very nice, like a lot of different styles with this album. Yeah, this album is just really frustrating. There's a lot of great songs onto here. Some of the meanings it's weird. The way they describe that the love that God has for us is very confusing. Even though there's some songs where it struggles between theologically correct centered songs of the way that worship songs should be written, to non-theologically correct, the way that a lot of people right now more or less write modern worship, even though there has been some good songs done by modern worship. Songs like God So Loved is a really good song. Child of Love is also another good song, and If All I Had Was Christ. 3 amazing songs that you guys really should listen to off this album. Peace is another good song that has very beautiful poetry, and it describes a very nice way for peace. Other than that, the other songs off this album is just, they have nice poetry, but their meaning behind it is not that well written. But with that, if you guys would, leave a like onto this video, and also comment down below what you guys thought about this album, and also what you guys want me to review, whether it be in the past, coming up, or whatever it may be. You guys put it down in those comments down below. It can be an album, it can be movies, it can be a topic that you guys want me to talk about. You know, you guys put it down in those comments and I will get to it. And obviously, if you're new here or returning a visitor and you haven't yet subscribed, then hit that subscribe button. And if that's all, make sure that you guys be the light, and also know that you matter and that God loves you. Boom. Bye.